Hey, good morning. Good morning out there, world. Good morning out there, positive thinkers. Good morning out there, YouTube listeners. Um, my name is George Mebin, again. Some of you already know this. But I just wanted to wake up this morning and plant some seeds and give off some positive energy this morning. I wanted to wake up, plant some seeds, and give off some positive energy. And I don't know, hopefully connection, something, again, something so that others can relate to. And maybe somebody out there is going after their passion. Maybe, somebody out there, might be going after their passion, and hopefully, again, as I said, hopefully these videos will, we can relate on some things. So I felt like waking up this morning, planting some positive seeds, giving some food for thought, and giving off some good energy. I feel good this morning. I'm blessed this morning, and I hope that you are too. Yeah. Last video, I was last video I was talking about bending law, and I just wanted to make sure that I get everything clear with bending law. I'll turn my radio down for a minute. I want to make sure that I get everything clear with bending law now, I think I said this in my last video that in order for bending law to happen, as you take that rubber band and you're pushing it on towards the insanity side of the wishbone so it may help with my story, and so my story will be complete. It would first have to go to the powers of that be that's on the double positive side. And the positive and the powers that be that go on the positive side would have to accept this bending law coming from insanity. Whatever it takes to bend law, whether it be money or whether it be something over somebody's head or whatever, whatever it takes for, I'll bring it back out again. Whatever it takes. Remember that rubber band is in the middle, but whatever it takes for me to bend that law and have my story or what I'm putting out there or what I'm spinning out there to have law to match up with my spin. Now, it only works as if the powers that be start to accept these things. Like, and that's why I put the faucet into the footage room. Slow drips. You'll accept this a little bit, then tomorrow you'll accept something else. And then tomorrow you'll accept a little bit more. But once the powers that be on the double positive side, which they shouldn't, accept this, then now this has to be presented to the American people. See, that's why I said it's a win-win with double positives, because if you have to bend law in order to match your story, you're just letting the American people know that it's a game anyway, even if the powers that be do accept the insanity with the bending law. So I want to make sure that I cleared that up, because I saw something in the news, and I'll go ahead and put it out there that and there may be certain reasons. I'm not talking bad of, me personally, as I said to my positive thinkers, I really don't get caught up into Dems and Republicans. I don't, because I'm just a people person. I like people, and I go off people's energy. It just so happens when I was talking, and again, I think I said this in a video, an earlier video, but again, when I was doing positive thinking up here in New York, and since Trump's from New York, I started off with positive thinking first, and then he happened to just started running for president, or he was campaigning for president. But I was doing positive thinking first before he started campaigning for president. And so I didn't know that he was going to become the president of the United States. And I told my positive thinkers, I said, well, because he's president of the United States, I should not stop positive thinking, because I've already made a connection out there on 31st and 6th. So I won't lose my connection with my positive thinkers. And hopefully I'm making a connection on YouTube too. Hopefully. But I'll leave that in my higher power's hands. But yeah, so I wanted to finish up with bending law. So the powers that be are the powers that be, that they say that they be on the double positive, would have to accept this. Now, if the powers that be accepts the insanity way and the bending law, then that's not positive. Positive thinking, as it said, you're taking steps, and then after those steps you receive another steps. There is no, you're busy taking steps. There is no time for me to be taking steps and then trying to go on this side of the wishbone and play too. It's either I'm moving forward or I'm jumping between the wishbones. I'm jumping from side to side. You see, and if I'm jumping from side to side, then I'm not moving forward. I'm too busy trying to jump from side to side and juggling. I might be trying to juggle on both sides, but you know. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there this morning. Let's see. And I remembered I talked about Billy Ocean yesterday, and There'll Be Sad Songs, Misery, coming by with sad songs, and why it wants to sing you sad songs, it wants a little bit of energy from you, but I'm going to deliver you this song. And so then therefore, and I'm not saying, I mean, if you have certain things in the family, like family members dealing with family problems and everything, yes, of course you take time out for those matters and stuff like that. But I'm talking about somebody that's just trying to, just have ulterior motives. What they, somebody that just has ulterior motives, So yeah, I was talking about the Billy Ocean. There'll be sad songs. So yeah. So I'm insanity. And I have ulterior motives, so I got to give you a song. And I said, as I said yesterday, they got songs on the radio. I can go home. They got Billy Ocean, Luther Vandross. I can pick a number of different people to so that I can hear sad songs. I can hear sad songs for free and still hold my energy. You see what I'm saying? And I don't have to give any money for that. So yeah, you positive thinkers, watch out for people coming by with sad songs and ulterior motives. Because they say if you give a mouse a piece of cheese, then he's gonna want the whole thing. So yeah, watch out. And as I said, the game gets old. It's old. And then the thing about it, it's been exposed so many times. The game is old. The talk and the hustle, all that is old, And it's been played out through so many years. And even coming down to, as I said in my last video, who's got the answers? But everybody wants to raise their hand and say, "Hey, I have the answer. I have the answer." Then when you put them in office and everything like that, nothing seems to get done. Or somehow some people get scared and cave in. Either nothing gets done, or some people get scared and cave in. And they got to stand up for something or fall for anything. So I just want to come out. But inside me, I'm going after my passion. Me personally, yeah, I feel good. I'm blessed. You know, if others want to play games, then you play your game. I'm, I'm focused. As I said, there's different types of play, and if you want to play your game, matter of fact, I'll move out of your way so that you can play. That's just the way I look at it. Going through insanity and stuff, going through my way, I feel that and there's stuff out there for me to still do. There's stuff out there that I like to go, sightseeing. I mean, seeing other places and stuff like that, and seeing different parts of seeing different parts of our country and seeing different parts of the world. There's stuff out there that that I have on my list and stuff like that. So, but it's just we have different types of play. So, just watching out for things, and remember, saving us energy. That's the key, saving energy. And is this play? Of course, when you're having fun play, it seems like time just goes by. You don't mind spending that energy. Everything just goes together. Everything goes together. So, let's see. I did that. Talked about that. Let's see. Oh yeah. So I was talking about the Billy Ocean thing. So, but there's another reason the Billy Ocean song is in the room. The song Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. And there's beauty up above, and things we never take notice of. Wake up, suddenly, you're in love. Suddenly, Billy Ocean, going after passion. See, going through my negative thinking, negative attitude way, now I changed. And I feel good about the change. And the thing about it is, once I changed, I knew that I had to adjust to change. And adjusting can take some time to adjust to change. You just don't change, you have to adjust. There's steps to it, and then you got to keep taking steps. So, suddenly life has new meaning. If you lead with love, you'll discover the world in an entirely new, different perspective. Yeah, and but what I'm saying, for me, what works for me is I include higher power and passion within the mix. See, and when I look at the world, or when I look at it from double positive sides, I find nonsense funny. And there's reasons why I find nonsense funny, because I was just dealing with insanity. So pretty much almost like that's almost the same thing I would have said. Pretty much something like that. That's almost the same thing I would have said. When you hear nonsense. So I don't know. I put Billy Ocean in the, and I wanted to get back to that, and that's the reason why I did this video, because I was thinking about the Billy Ocean song yesterday, so I wanted to bring it back today, because I just remembered the song. Suddenly, life has new meaning. There's beauty up above, and things that we never take notice of. Talking about those details, and things we never, because you don't pay attention to the details, but things we never take notice of, and and it's a different feeling. You don't have as much stress, and you might have to juggle, but and when you juggle it, you're not really taking that risk. It's risk that comes. Well, I give you these pins, but you're going to take these risks if you drop these pins. There's consequences. The consequences are not that heavy going with double positive thinking, positive attitude. If you drop a pin, hey, you just get up and you start to create again. Somebody tells you no, okay, well, I go back to the drawing board. Maybe I can bring you back something that you know what I mean. So, well, it's just a different experience. So, let's see. So I have to start off with a little bit more of the footage room. I told you there's a lot in here, and I want to go ahead and finish this up. With
Okay, with the footage room, because I want to limit my time here. Um, well, not limit, but I want to make good of my time. So I put cause and an effect. Now, as I said, remember, we got to remember now, even in the mornings, even at night, we wake up, positive thinking, positive attitude, but watch out. But we also got to keep in our minds, hey, misery doesn't have a process and it doesn't have any understanding. Even it could be 12, it could be 2 o'clock in the morning. You got to let yourself know this, because if you don't let yourself know this, then you could get caught up. You see, misery has no process and it has no understanding. So I put cause and an effect. I put cause and effect into the footage room. Well, like cause and effect. Because I got in trouble, that's the trouble is my effect. But what was the cause? See, what was the cause? How did you get into trouble? How did all this start? Just as if you was to go to the doctor. And just as if you was to go to the doctor and you had a bad wound or something like that, and the doctor tells me, well, before I do anything, I need to know the story. And the reason why he needs to know the story and he's looking at the wound is so that he could try to calculate in his mind the best way to go about things and the best procedure. That's the reason why the doctor is listening to you while he's checking you out. He needs for things to match up so that he can make his best judgment on where to cut or what to do. That's why he needs a story to go along with it. Now, if I go in the doctor and I'm telling the doctor bits and pieces, and the doctor sees all this, well, he's going to say, well, I mean, I can't correct you. I can't correct the situation. Or let's say if you drunk something, and you don't want to tell the doctor that you had too much of whatever, NyQuil or beer or whatever. You just want to leave these parts out. Well, the doctor says, well, I can't treat you unless you tell me the story. I need to know what happened in order for me to treat you. Just plain and simple, common sense. I can't treat you unless you tell me exactly what happened and what you had to drink. Or I'm just giving you a little example. It doesn't have to be to that, but hey. So I like one side. Positive thinking, positive attitude, match up, making sense. I tell my positive thinkers I like to wake up and make sense. They like to wake up and make sense. Why? How do I know? Because we both agree. We agree. They say you may proceed. Hey, cool. That's the thing right there. Looking for confirmation. I talked about cause and effect. I put that into the footage room. Misery doesn't understand cause and effect. It knows about the cause, but it doesn't want to deal with the effects. Oh no. I don't want to deal with the effects of what I've done. I want somebody else to deal with those effects while I go over here and do something else. Put myself in some other situations or whatever like that. So I put cause and an effect into the footage room. I put clown news TV. Clown news. Where'd you get your positive thinking, positive attitude? Insanity wants to come by to you with some news. Some stuff that's just not right. I said, where did you get your news from? Sideshow Bob, Clown News TV. Clown news, wanting to come by and give you the wrong information just to take you off course. Off course from your passion. Wants to come by and tell you anything. And then, by the way, I need some feel good too. Once you take this news that's going to lead you off course, I need some of that feel good too. You see? Trust me, misery, insanity does not want to leave. It wants all these other things, but insanity is not going to leave without any feel good. So you got to watch and protect your feel good. See? That's why I say insanity doesn't deserve glow. It doesn't know what to do with glow if it did have it.
can't even handle its own glow, but it wants some of your glow. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, watch out for certain things. It can't even take care of its own glow, but it wants some of your glow. And then once it gets your glow, it's not going to fit. It doesn't know what to do with it, so it throws it in the trash. You see what I'm saying? So Clown News TV. Watch out for where people are getting their information from, and especially if it's going to take you off the course that you are already on, that you are already rowing to. That's some of that turn around and go back, or you going in the wrong direction. And then you say, well, where are you getting your news from? Clown News TV. Clown News TV. Sideshow Bob stuff. Okay. So we got that. Finished that. I put Cloud Shoes. Cloud Shoes. I remember Cloud Shoes. Now this has to go back with Mr. Manafort. See, I bet you wish he was doing some positive thinking right now too. But this has to go back to Mr. Manafort. Cloud Shoes. I remember talking about this on 31st and 6th. Cloud Shoes. See, that goes with feeling good about trouble. Feeling good. And I can never understood that. And I talked to him, I said, when I got into trouble, there was nothing for me to feel good about. You see what I'm saying? Because I already knew the direction I was going in. You know what I'm saying? So there was nothing for me to feel good about. Before, after, and during the trouble that was going on. It was really, some people would come by and bring, sparks of, try to bring some joy. I take that little joy, but if you're in trouble, it's nothing to feel good about. Only thing that's on my mind is what time is this trouble over with? You see what I'm saying? What time is all this going to end? Because I'm tired of hearing about other people's troubles and everything else that goes along with it. But Cloud Shoes, knowing that and then the thing about it, if I have like investigations and stuff, there's nothing, and then I wouldn't care if the cameras were in my face and I did have all this clout and prestige. I'm not gonna feel good about I can't. It's just something's in me. I just can't fake the funk in front of people like that. Because even if I fake the funk in front of people like that, I know that stuff is going to be exposed. So all that me faking the funk in front of people, I'm just gonna look like a I want to keep this because kids may be watching it. I'm just gonna look like a guy who a dumb guy, put it like that. But if you can read between that, about feeling good about trouble, that doesn't make sense. How in the world do you feel good and you're up under investigation? And so I said, you got a lot of cloud in those shoes. See, cloud shoes, it seeps to the brain. See, you got the expensive shoes on it, and you're just walking around like, there's nothing going on, but they're calling for your name down at the courthouse. So I put Cloud Shoes into the footage room. That goes with feeling good about trouble. Stuff that, and it comes from Insanity Way. And I guess that would have to be with denial, or something like that. You don't really believe that trouble is happening. So you just walk around, they're like, they don't know what they're talking about. They talking about I'm in trouble. They don't know what they talking about. I'm cool as an ice cube. I ain't talking about some trouble. I got Cloud Shoes on. They don't know who I am. And stuff like that with this attitude. I just and I still don't get it to this day. Feeling good about trouble. So that's some more research that I'm working on. Just feeling good about trouble coming from Insanity Way. So I put the kite. Now I put that. Now the kite. Now that's the positive thinkers. See, and I hope that if I put that in there, misery will want some of this stuff. See, but I put the kite into the footage room. The kite. Well, you have the kite there, but what does a kite need to go with it? What does it need to match up? It needs wind. So I put the kite into the footage room, and it's not just about the kite, but it's the wind that helps the kite to soar. Now, how would that help Misery out? I don't know. Maybe the matchup. Maybe if Misery can, hear or see see how things will work. Oh, well, that's how things are supposed to operate. So let me step outside the footage room. This is not normal operation, what I'm doing. You see, doing things that are not normal. But then when I get in trouble, I want to scream for this, that, and the third. I need help. But all along, what I was doing, I knew that it was wrong, but I still did it anyway. But then when I get in trouble, hey man, I need your help. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't need my help so you can throw me under the bus so you can get away. No, I do positive thinking from outside of the jail this time. Now you need some positive thinking. You don't need my help. No. See, throwing under the bus. A lot of people get thrown under the bus. I want to take you, use you, and throw you under the bus. While I get away. No. And then you sitting in front of the investigator. He told me this, that, and the third. Well, basically, he just threw you under the bus to take all these daggone charges. So you're the man in the hot seat. So, the kite. I put the kite into the footage room. And one hand washes another. Wind, kite, one hand washes another. Double positives. Positive thinking, my attitude must follow. So I put that in there, into the footage room. Let's see. Magic. And do you believe in magic? What's that? Tricks are for kids. Stuff like that. Tricks for kids. Do you believe in Lucky Charms? Magic. I don't believe in magic. I don't believe in magic. No magic. I put magic into the footage room. I'm trying to make me believe that some of this negative thinking and negative attitude is positive. Trying to get me to believe. And it's deception. Autobots and Decepticons, stuff like that. I don't believe in magic. I don't believe in magic. I dealt with magic, know about magic. Even had my own little magic, I just don't believe in the in magic, insanity, in all this what do they say? Get rich quick and all that other stuff. All those things stuff that people are selling. Hurry up and buy. You got to do it now, and if you get it now for this offer, then you get something. I don't get into all that. Now, some things may be good, but then you can use magic with anything. I don't believe in magic. When people are coming by trying to dupe you out or something, or having ulterior motives. I don't believe in magic. I don't believe in your magic. So I put magic into the footage room. This is what I wanted to start off with: broken hammers and bent nails. Misery. Having no understanding of the process. Having dealing with confusion. That comes with insanity side. Having no understanding of the process and trying to figure out confusion. So I told my positive thinkers, and this is one of the first ones I started off with: broken hammers and bent nails. I say, you go and try to build a house, and you send insanity to the store, and you give insanity a list. You say, I need this, and I need this. And both of y'all, that you're building this house, and insanity goes to the store, and it comes back while you're standing there trying to figure everything else out. And you could be the boss of an operation. Somebody just may be trying to sabotage your operation or whatever. You could be writing. Somebody may be trying to sabotage your book or whatever. But you go out and you send Misery to do all these things, and it comes back with broken hammers and bent nails. And then the thing about it, that's not even the catcher. you're looking at the broke hammers and bent nails, but Misery's got this smile on his face and says, see, look what I did for you. You had the broken hammers and bent nails on your mind, but then now you got on your mind is Misery's expression and how excited it is that it brought you the broken hammers and bent nails. So you done went from one thing to another thing. You see? And it's just, as I said, you get caught up in ridiculous. You say, Misery, what am I going to do with this stuff? And then you know what Misery tries to do? It tries to explain. Well, you take the piece of the broken hammer, and then you start trying to level the nail out, and then you can put it. You get caught up in ridiculous talk. You see, from insanity. What am I supposed to do with broken hammers and bent nails? And even after I gave you a list and the money to go get all the supplies, but you come back with broken hammers and bent nails, coming from insanity's way. You know, doing things on purpose without seriously thinking it through. You know, or just wanting to be funny. Talking about some see. And then it's got a smile on his face. See, look what I did for you. And then it holds it and it presents the broken hammer. And it's like okay. So I got two for one here. You know? So, boom. I put broken hammers and bent nails. Misery trying to sabotage your work or trying to get in the way. Watch out for those things. Broken hammers and bent nails. Let's see. I put and there's a lot of things that go into this footage room, but you know, as I said, you can pick through some things. I put the cloaking device. Put the cloaking device into the footage room. I remember Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty came out. Remember, he blurted this out. I'm going to drain the swamp. I'm going to drain the swamp. Turns around, stuff backfired. Turns around, he's part of the swamp. So, I'm going to drain the swamp. That's the Swamp Thing talking about he's going to drain the swamp. That's kind of funny to me. And where you going to live at? I'm going to live in there with you, Jordan. No, you're not. You're not coming in here with me. So, let's see. The cloaking device. People just started appearing in the news, different companies and stuff like that. Cloaking device. Cloaking device. How can I use that with dealing with personal and relationships? Cloaking device. Star Trek. You remember the Klingons? Star Trek. Captain Kirk didn't know they were there. They were cloaked out. They were cloaked. And then all of a sudden, they start to appear. The real attitudes start to appear. Coming to you, I talked about this, coming to you with a false attitude in the beginning because I have ulterior motives. But then once you get a hint on the breadcrumbs, or you start to follow the breadcrumbs and stuff like that, their attitude decloaks. Then it becomes the real them. You start to see. And that's how I use it in relationships, or just dealing with people, or dealing with certain energies. So, cloaking device. I put the cloaking device into the footage room. But I use it for Trump, or Humpty Dumpty. I shouldn't say that. Humpty Dumpty. He's talking about that he was innocent of all these things. And then all of a sudden, in the news, well, one thing leads to another, but all of a sudden, one thing led to another, and you start seeing these different companies coming into the news. You start seeing Facebook, and then you started seeing WikiLeaks. Are you seeing the banks coming into the news now? All these different companies and institutes, they're coming into the news, and people, exposure. I said this to my positive thinkers the other day. Once one thing is exposed, that lights up another step. It's like you're going up the steps. You stepped on one step. Now, like a motion detector, you get ready to step on that step lights up. So, yeah. So, but picture that in reverse. Just people just started appearing in the news. Their businesses are in the news. Not only are their business in the news, now they got to think about their families and stuff like that. You know, all that's about to be broken up. You know, don't have to worry about that from my way. You want things to be exposed. You're going after passion. You're not trying to cover anything up. Don't have to worry about that from positive thinking. Yeah. So I put the faucet into the footage room. Let's see. I put that into the footage room. This was the beginning. This was back in the beginning too. I put the faucet into the footage room. It's like it starts off with a slow leak. That's how this thing was going with the presidency. It started off with there was no collusion and it started off with different people going up under investigation. It started off insanity, talking about it tells on itself, it reveals itself. First, it starts off with a little slow leak. It might reveal this, and it might not mean to reveal that, but it said it. Just like when he went on to the Humpty Dumpty went on to the news. I forgot the guy's name. Black news guy, black anchorman. I forgot his name, but he went onto the news and he said that he fired Comey because of the Russia investigation. That's exactly what he said. He didn't mean to say this stuff. He didn't mean to say it, but it just slipped out. See, when you're with insanity, you got to juggle and you got to cover. And then not only on top of that, you go over to Helsinki and then you deal with Putin and he says, yes, I helped Trump out with the presidency. He said, what did he say? Yes, I helped Trump out with the presidency because I wanted him to win. And the reporter asked, they said, did you help Trump out with and he said, yes, I helped Trump out with the president because I wanted him to win. So, you know, you have people admitting this stuff. It slips out, and you can't stop the leak. Now the leak has gotten out of control, and it's getting worse. So I put the faucet into the footage room, but it starts at a slow drip at first, and then, you know, as time goes on, the drip gets worse. So, boom. Respect. Okay, let's see. Respect. I put respect into the footage room. Well, my thing, as I told y'all before, I like to wake up and respect people. I feel that there's nothing wrong with respecting people. My thing, here's how I look at respect. Now, I throw respect out there. If you don't want my respect, then I'm going to keep moving on. I'm not going to sit there and beat respect over somebody's head, and especially, I don't know you. Oh, please. No. So I put respect into the footage room, and I said, George, well, what if Misery doesn't want respect this morning? I said, well, what do you want me to do? What would you like? What would you want me to do? I'm not going to sit there and beat respect over somebody's head. Misery's mad and don't want respect. Now you move on to the next person. The next person might want some respect. So I respect that next person. You know, the next person might want to receive some respect. So that's just when I'm out there and I'm talking to people and I say good mornings and stuff like that. And, talking to people and, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, stuff like that. Just respecting people, just the way I was brought up to respect people. So, but what do you do when Misery don't want respect? You keep walking. You ain't got time. Huh? All that's going to take me time and energy. Now you done went from respect, now you wanting some time and energy. I don't have time and energy to give you because I'm busy. You see? Going towards passion, I'm busy. Okay, Misery don't understand being busy. Don't understand nothing. As long as it's pertaining to misery, okay, yeah, I understand. But if it ain't pertaining, I don't understand it. So I put respect into the footage room. So let's see. Let's see if I can get a couple more in. I talked about this one. Let's see if I have. Hold on. The shield. No, I put the queen from the chessboard, or the queen from the chessboard into the footage room. Now, why did you do that? I put it in there for two reasons. The queen from the chessboard. Well, the first reason is misery. You've been caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Now it's your move. Explain. What will you, or just like I say with Trump, you decided to go into the bank while the police were sitting right across the street, and you went into the bank with no way out, and now everybody's stuck into the bank, and now the police are outside, and they say they want you to come outside the bank. Now I put the queen into the chessboard. Now it's your move. What are you going to do now? There was another reason why I put the queen from the chessboard into the footage room. Well, check. It's your move. But misery, insanity doesn't want to deal with the check. It doesn't want to deal with the check. It wants to talk about everything else around the chessboard, but that check right there. You could talk about everything else around the chessboard, but the check all you want to, but know that you have to move, because if you don't, we have to continue the game. And in order for us to continue the game, you must move. You must move out of check. So that's basically somewhere where I think that the Dems have Humpty Dumpty right now. I think it's a check move, right? But it's up to them if they're going to accept this check move or roll over. This is what I'm waiting to see. Because I believe in America, and I hope that, I know that everything is not perfect with the laws and stuff, but I believe in America, and I hope that America is not showing a new side of itself. But I'm going to stick with the law that I've been coming up with, doing the same things I've been doing. As I said on the last video, I don't know what this new stuff is, but I put the queen from the chessboard into the footage room. Now it's your move. I put the big face $5 bill. I know why I put that one in there. That was for Omarosa. How, big time. The big face $5 bill. You know how they got the big faces on the $5? I put the big face $5 bill into the footage room. That was for Omarosa when she was talking about we're going to bend down and praise Humpty Dumpty, and we're going to admit that we were wrong about Humpty Dumpty, and she had all these good things to say until Humpty Dumpty threw her under the bus. I said, okay. So I see how that side works. It's only good. It's only good when and that's one thing I don't get into. I'm not going to get into. I'm glad I did bring that up. I don't believe in talking about downing a whole race and saying that this race is this and this race is that, this white race is this. I don't get down with all that. And black people come up to me and tell me about this white race. I don't get down with it. I hear it. I understand it. I've seen it. I don't understand it, but I've seen it and I've seen what happened. And my thing is I'm moving on. I'm not going to sit around and talk about the same and argue about the same stuff that we've been arguing for about 200 years. And I don't believe in downing the black race. I like black people. I like black people, and I like white folks. But I like both sides. Both sides are cool. It's just the understanding that we have to just meet in the middle with some things. That's all. Something so simple. It's stuff that's just so simple that could just be like, okay, you know what? How can we move on from here? you know, but nobody wants to talk. And it's like you have that much pride, you know. Pride is going to stop me from moving forward. If I don't know something, and somebody wants to teach me about something about my passion, well, I'm going to put my pride down and learn what they got to tell me so I can go here. And thank you for teaching me these things. That's just the way I'm going to look at it. So I don't get down with all that. Well, I got to diss the black race in order to prosper, in order to be your friend. And I don't feel like I have to down the white race in order to, you know, be some. I don't get down with all that. As you see, what happens is people throw you under the bus. After no more news, after no more attention is coming to you, oh, you're not getting that attention like you was first getting when you was talking about this race. Now we got to throw you under the bus. And now, once you're thrown on the bus, you still got to deal with that race. So it doesn't make sense. Coming from both ways, it doesn't make sense. And you know, and she was receiving death threats. So I put the big face $5 bill into the footage room when people expose themselves on the news, or when you've been caught trying to play the field, and everybody knows that. Oh, well, you just said all this stuff over here. You talked about the black race. Oh, and so, you know, I put the big face $5 bill into the footage room. Big face $5 bill right there. Boom. Throwing under the bus. I put mismatched signs into the footage room. Negative thinking, negative attitude. It matches up. I understand. Negative thinking, yeah, that will lead to a negative attitude. Why would I have a negative? There's a reason. Negative thinking, I have a negative attitude, but why do I have that negative attitude? Well, because if I know if I get caught with certain things, this is waiting for me. So I got a negative attitude. But I'm going to try to receive some positive results. That's when things are altered. On the insanity part, that's when the signs become mismatched. So this means once the signs become mismatched, that's going to make it just as that much harder. And I'm going to have to spend that much more energy to get what? Just a little bit of nothing, because I'm going to have to deliver that off to the people that are higher above me. So basically for a little bit of nothing, while the people higher above me get paid. I don't know. The professional. Now I heard this. I heard this you know, on this movie, and I'm a fan of Mel Gibson, but Dragged Across Concrete. Oh, he's the professional. That was my thing at first. The professional needs three things. The professional needs three things. It needs theme music, it needs smoke, and it needs some shades. See, this is when you're going to jump in the water with those sharks eating sharks, and you think that that you can handle yourself. See, I'm not coming down. Ooh, no help. You decided to jump in the water, Mr. Professional. But what I do have for you is I can get some smoke, baby powder. I get some smoke. I can get some, I got theme music. We got music on the boat. Got plenty of music, just in case, you know, you got to pick up that swimming pace. Sharks eating sharks. You know, they're eating each other. So you know they won't have no problem eating you. You just jumped in the water. You know, they could take a break from eating each other and go to you. And then come back to eating each other. See? So, and then I have shades for you. But as far as me joining you and helping in your battle fighting these sharks against sharks or whatever that you were trying to do, Mr. Professional, when you decided to jump your butt into the water with all them sharks surrounding the boat, I can't do it. Other than those three things, I can't do nothing for you. Can't give you no rope. You might decide to pull me in that. No. You might decide to jerk on the rope so I'll fall into the water. So can't give you rope. I give you radio. I give you theme music. I give you some smoke, and I got some shades. You know, Tom Cruise, the professional. I got theme music, plenty of theme music now. Don't worry about the theme music. So I put the professional into the footage room. If you see something say something. Yeah. Hey, you see it on the button. If you see something, say something. Well, I've been saying something for like some years now. Negative thinking, negative attitude, looking for positive results is called insanity. See? If you see something, say something. So I go out there and they say if I see something, say something. That's what law enforcement say. You know? So I go out there and I do some positive thinking. You know? And I talk about the benefits of the positive protection plan. The benefits. Are you in good hands? Are you in good hands? Positive protection plan. Anyway, so yeah, if I see something, say something. I do say something. Feel good. I share too. I see something, say something, and then I share a little bit of myself. That's how good I feel. I want to share a little bit of myself after I see something, say something. See? So you got 3 in there. See? Mr. Muscles. Mr. Muscles. Can't just go. I'm gonna make this quick a little bit. Mr. Muscles. You just can't go to the gym one day and expecting muscles. See? Mr. Muscles. 3 minutes. I got 3. All I need to do is go to the gym for 3 minutes and get muscles. See, that's insanity. See, that's silly thinking. Can't just go to the gym for 3 minutes and expect to come out like Hercules, Arnold Schwarzenegger. No. See, you got to spend some time. You got to spend some time. See, I put Mr. Muscles in there. Well, I could just go to the gym for 3 minutes. And I'm going to come out and I'm going to be looking at... No, it takes time. You got to go to the gym the next day. You got to go... It's a process. As I said, misery doesn't understand a process. You know, it thinks it can go to the gym within 3 minutes and get muscles. So I put Mr. Muscles into the footage room. I put the door into the footage room. The door. Misery likes to knock. Knock. Knock, knock, knock. Knock on your passion. Knock on your energy. It likes to knock. Say things. Instead of answering its own phone call, it wants to knock. It wants to spend its time and energy and knock on your phone call and your passion and you know, trying to down you instead of. And I say if it would take that energy, all that energy it is doing knocking and take that energy and answer its own phone call, maybe misery can get somewhere. Insanity. Instead of dealing with these investigations and trouble. You know? So I put the door into the footage room. Watch out for that positive thinkers when you're going after your passion. When you're going after your passion. Watch out for misery trying to knock you. You know? And certain things you don't have to say, well, why are you knocking me about you? Certain things you don't have to say like that. You know, you hear and you okay, whatever. You go around the fight. But, you know, watch out for getting close. You know, well, why you got to do your passion like that? Why can't you do it like me? And, you know, maybe I don't want to drive the car like you drive it. You know, you see what people are doing. I mean, if it's positive, if they're coming from a positive, you know, point of view, okay. You know, there's, you know, use a filtering system. Take notes. Yeah. But if they're coming from a negative, well, it's the attitude that goes along with it. See, watch out for the attitude that's attached with it. I put the peephole into the footage room. Yeah, big one, peephole. I put that into the footage room. Yeah, could be company over. I have company, and we could be watching. We could be watching a game. We could be watching a movie or something. This is, you know, I got a place full of company, and we all have this certain vibe. And I put the peephole into the footage room. Well, when misery, insanity knocks on the door, look out the peephole before you answer the door. Goes back with identify yourself. Who is it? Who am I letting into my house? Is it going to be positive energy or is it negative energy? Insanity, negative thinking, negative attitude. Look for positive results. Watch out for the camouflage, the cloaked attitudes. Who are you going to let into your house? If I let you into my house, I mean, how, you know, is is it going to better my day, or is it going to, is it going to, or is my day going to take over me? I mean, is it, is it going to is it for me, or is it going to be against me who I let into my house? The peephole. The peephole is a good one. I may end with that one. But yeah. And if there's some things up here you agree with, please. And if you have already, I appreciate the subscribers. But please like, and remember, pass it on. Pass that thing on. Pass it on just like the football. Please like, subscribe, and share. The 3 things, just like the triangle. Like, subscribe, and share. Boom, put it like that. And I appreciate it. And you have a very beautiful morning. Have a blessed day. Keep your head up. Stay positive. Positive thinking, my attitude must follow. Have a good day.